YouTube! My first video! Yay! I'm so excited! And I just can't hide it. Okay, enough of that. Let's cut to the chase. Now, I'm a major fan of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings and Hobbit trilogies. And when I was on 7th or 8th grade, I always asked people, what's your sign? Then one night, it hit me. Why not make a candle with pictures of people from Middle Earth in it? So, with a little help from a friend, I decided to make my own version. Here's what my calendar would look like if I put pictures of people from Middle Earth in it. Okay, so let's start with Capricorn. Now, when I think of goats, I think of someone leaping over rocks in the forest and climbing high mountains and hiding from predators and all that kind of stuff. That's why I have to give the spot to Aragorn, because let's face it, he spent most of his life hiding in the forest. And he himself admits he's a pretty good hider. Let's continue with Aquarius, the water bearer. Now, when I think of water, I think of steadiness, sturdiness, and firmness. I think the best one to fulfill these characteristics is Thranduil, because he's firm when it comes to his decisions. Plus, his emotions can change like a stream. Usually feel comfortable in only one type of water, right? That being either salt or sweet water. And who in Middle-earth feels comfortable in only one place again? That's right, Bilbo. When he's asked to go on a quest to the Lonely Mountain, he hesitates for a while, but eventually his lust for adventure gets the better of him. Still, he always thinks of his comfortable armchair and garden, but his adventures with the dwarves awaken his adventurous spirit and force him to come out of his comfort zone. Plus, he likes his fish. Rams like to ram into each other, pun intended, whether it is mating season or in self-defense or in defense of someone else, like a baby ram. Then I remembered this one scene from the Battle of the Five Armies when Tauriel charges at Bog, trying to defend Kili. So I have to give the spot to Tauriel because she's very defensive. Now Taurus is the big one for me because I'm a Taurus myself, so I knew I had to get a good one for this. Now when I think of a bull, I think of strength and huge size. And who has both characteristics in Middle-earth again? That's right, Dwalin. First, he's a famous warrior. And second, just look at him! He's huge! At least on dwarf standards. Okay, moving on to the twins. Now, when I think of twins, I think of the concept of yin and yang. The balance between good and evil. And when I think of the balance of good and evil in Middle-earth, I think of Gollum. I think the best thing that proves this is this scene from the Two Towers. Leave now and never come back! Now you don't want to annoy crabs, right? Because if you annoy them too much, they will snap you with their claws or pincers, whatever they're called. And one you really don't want to annoy in Middle-earth is Kili. I think the best example is when Azog drops Fili's body in front of him and he goes on a killing rampage. So you really don't want to annoy crabs. A lion, the first thing that comes to my mind is pride, bravery, majesty. And when I think of those three characteristics, the first thing that comes to my mind is Thorin, Because let's face it, he's rather proud and he's royal, so he must be majesty. And of course he's brave. Now this one was a tough choice between Eowyn and Galadriel because they're both rather graceful and beautiful. But I have to give this one to Galadriel because Eowyn is a warrior deep down. And that's not a characteristic of a virgin now, is it? I think Libras are rather balanced people, so I have to get a balanced person for this. And I think the best example is Philly because he's rather balanced, calm, but you don't want to annoy him either because the scale can tip over. Now scorpions are rather sneaky and they can be very manipulative, representing the poison contained in the spikes in their tails. So I have to give the spot to Saruman because he's a traitor and he can be rather sneaky too. Now Sagittarius was the easiest one for me because it's called the Archer. Legolas! Legolas is one of my favorite archers ever, so I just had to give this spot to him. Couldn't resist. So that was my Middle Earth calendar. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you think someone else was a better fit for one of the signs, please leave a nice comment below. Hope to see you again soon. Later!